Okay, so I want to welcome everybody to our educational program tonight, Reiki and Recipes. And I'm excited to introduce our guest speaker, Nancy Shapiro. For Nancy, spirituality has always been part of her life. It started as a hobby and now it's a guiding force. She created Mystic Energy with Nancy after 30 years as a teacher and navigating life as a mom and wife. During the pandemic lockdown, Nancy experienced a profound shift that deepened her connection with her spiritual side through Reiki, Akashic Records, and mediumship. Embracing these gifts, Nancy now offers sessions with a practical and down-to-earth approach, blending the mystical with the everyday. I know we're all looking forward to joining her tonight to explore how we can infuse the calming energy of Reiki into our self-care recipes in order to enhance our well-being. So Nancy, thank you so much for being here with us tonight, and I'm going to turn it over to you. And if everybody can just stay on mute, that would be great. It's just so there's no background noise. And then if we open it up, then you can take yourself off mute. Okay, I'm going to mute now.
Okay, hi everybody. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you, Stephanie, for having me and all of you for participating tonight. I hope you enjoy it. And I am going to get started with my slides in just a second. Before I do, though, I just want to see a show of hands. Who has heard of Reiki before? Keep your hands up if you've experienced Reiki before. Okay, and keep your hand up if you enjoy it. All right, so we're going to see how you feel at the end of tonight. You all will have a chance to experience Reiki and what it's like. I'm going to start though with a little bit about me, and then I'm going to show you a couple of recipes that are really easy to make with things you have probably in your house already, that can just help you feel really good. And that's what Reiki is all about, whether you feel it or not. Hopefully after you experience it, you will feel better in the coming days. So I am going to share my screen, hopefully. As she said, I've been a teacher for a long time, substitute teacher for the last, I don't know, 20 years, about 15 years. And so I know things can be glitchy. I taught online for a while with kids in China. But anyway, here we go. Hopefully you can see this slide. And it just talks about the energy of the mind is the essence of life. And that's what I've learned through thick and thin, that a lot of it is all about your mindset, right? And how you look upon things. And I was just talking with somebody in a session yesterday, and we were just talking about flipping the switch and trying to look at a situation or something positive. And so I'm going to talk about a situation a little bit of when I had to flip the switch. And I like that quote. And so tonight, this is going to be what we're doing. Can you see it clearly, or is it just me? What we're going to be doing is I'm going to tell you what a Reiki is if you're not really sure about what it is, and how I got started with Reiki, because it hasn't been something I grew up with. And in fact, it was pretty recent. I guess now 2020 doesn't feel that long ago, but it was. It's been 4 years, but in the scheme of things, it hasn't been so long. And then I'm going to show you, demo to you tonight, how I make these foot soak recipes that you can use anywhere on your body or in your bath. Even in a compress, and feel better using it. And I'll talk about how I infuse Reiki into it, and that just adds a little bit of extra energy healing. And then at the end, I'm going to give you 30 minutes of group Reiki. So you'll get to experience what a Reiki session with me might feel like. And that's, you can, because I want you to experience it, because it's a wonderful tool. I'll talk about it in just a couple minutes, but anybody can learn it. It's not religious. It's just something you can learn for yourself. And you can even do the things about it. So the things about it, you know what I'm trying to say. You can do it without having the attunement done. And yeah, that's what I do a podcast with a friend, and that's what we talk about. Just down to earth ways you can feel better without spending a lot of money and spending a lot of time, just something quick you can do. So these basically are the golden rules of Reiki. And it's all about just for today, this moment. You know, I am somebody, I'm sure all of you think about what's to come or worry about what's already happened. But Reiki is all about focusing on the now. Just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will not be angry, and so forth. You can read those on your own. But it's just even sometimes focusing on the moment, and when things get overwhelming, you just are focusing on the now. So these are the principles. Okay, so I heard of, I'm going to stop sharing for just a second and tell you a little bit about me. I heard about Reiki only because I was driving up. I don't know, I'm thinking all of you are in Maryland. I live up in Albany, and I would drive up 108 to get to 32 to 95. And there's a little place on the side of the road, and it says Reiki. And I pass that way a lot of times. Like, what's Reiki? I don't know. Well, my son, who's now 24 the other day, but now he had an issue in his teens with his throat, with whatever. And somebody recommended Reiki. So I looked into it. I'm like, I don't know what this is, but we'll find out. And somebody told me more about it, and I told him about it, and he said, no, thanks. He's like, I don't want that. I don't know. They don't touch you. They tend to help you, but I don't want any part of that. So he did not go that route. But I think it planted a seed in me to wonder, what is it all about? What is it? But again, life gets busy and hectic, and I kind of put it to the side. And it wasn't until the pandemic where I had, like all of us here, a lot of time. And day in and day out, I went for my walks. Raise your hand if you took more walks than you ever have in your life. And I just was walking all the time, listening to podcasts, and somebody brought up Reiki. And I didn't know much about it, but I started joining these groups, and there were people offering free Reiki sessions. And I just took upon myself to give it a shot. And I didn't think I would feel anything. But I started to see colors when I sat there, and this woman wasn't in the same room as me. And the more I did it, the more I just felt like I was more calm, and I felt better. And so I had the time. I took I know this is going on for a long time. I took a class online, and I learned how to do it myself. And fast forward, since then, I've been doing it for other people. And for myself, I've been teaching in the classroom, substitute teaching, and gotten a migraine. I left my medicine at home and freaked out, but I decided, okay, I'm going to calm down. I'm going to do the Reiki movements. And it really helped. I did not get an intense headache like I normally would get. And when I've done it for other people, they felt calmer and more clear, and it's felt better. So you're saying, some of you might be saying, what the heck is Reiki? So let me just tell you what it is. It's been described to me as a massage without anybody touching you. And it's like a massage in the sense that you feel better. Some people do feel like something is manipulating you. I haven't personally felt that, but some people do. And it's just an energy healing technique from Japan, not started too long ago in the 20th century. And it's all about universal life force energy flowing through me, through your practitioner to the recipient. And it just is for your highest good. There's nothing negative that can happen. And it just can help promote relaxation, relieve stress, and all of this. And you can send Reiki to animals. I saw a woman, a friend of mine, she was in another country, and she was doing Reiki on snakes. And the snake actually came up and was like communicating with her. I don't know. It was really wild how that snake was really responding to the Reiki energy. I know it works with dogs and other animals like that. People, like I said, may feel hot or cold or tingling, and the results are different for everybody. And it's not a substitute by any means for regular medical advice. So that's me. So since then, I've been doing Reiki, and I do it daily for myself, and I do it for others. I'm going to take a breath for a second. Does anybody have any questions before I go on? I can't really see.
I don't think so.
Okay. All right, good. So alongside of that, with the taking the walks and expanding Reiki, I got into Foraging. There was a man who's a chef locally in Laytonsville, and he's like, I'm going into the woods. I know what to look for. I forage mushrooms. Who wants to come? So I said, me. I want to get out of the house. And since then, I have just really enjoyed foraging for different things, mushrooms, blueberries, other dandelions even, and making things out of it. Just takes me back to childhood when I made things for fun. Didn't eat it back then, but now I do. And I maybe like Stephanie, I am not good at growing things myself. I do not have a green thumb. So foraging works for me. Nature takes care of the growing part and I can pick it. The other day, where is it? I picked honeysuckles and I combined it with vodka in a jar. And this is called a tincture when you do that. And I just send Reiki energy to it every day. And and you send Reiki energy just by being, when you're attuned, you can imagine the Reiki, the intention going through to the, what you're sending it to. So we'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, this is something that can be used for cold remedies. If you take a little dropper full, you can add it to different things. But anyway, now I do that. Has anybody here ever experimented making wellness drinks at home with ginger or cinnamon, any kind of herb to help them? You can raise your hand or not. Probably, right? We all have added something just to see if it would work or what it tastes like. And maybe just to your food, you add different spices to make it taste better. So we all do that, and some more than others. And it's fun and it can help us feel better. So let me get back to sharing for a second and we'll get to what we're making today. Okay. So if you want to type in the chat, we're going to be talking today about infusing Reiki into a foot tea soak. And I know, and I don't think, you can put it into a bath. You can even dunk a towel in it and make a compress of it and put it on your forehead or behind, like this, and you still get the effects. Today we're going to be talking about chamomile, and you still get the effects of that herb, and helps you to feel better when you use it as the foot soak or any of this. And you still may be confused about what Reiki is, but have you ever had a dish that you remember somebody made for you? I remember I had an operation and my mother-in-law made pea soup for me, and that was the best pea soup in the world, and I just felt the love of her making this for me without my asking, and I just loved it. So if you want to type in the chat just a word of what was something, maybe somebody made you a blanket. I like to make people chocolate chip cookies when they come into the neighborhood. But we can all think of something, probably, I would say every single one of us, that something has made for us, or there may be that we've made for somebody else to make them feel better. And that's what this is all about. It's just infusing our good intentions, positivity, and light into whatever we're making at the time. I know as busy people, sometimes you're rushing around trying to get dinner on the table and you don't really put much thought into what you're making. But this is just a reminder today to really pause and think about what you're doing, because when you receive that gift or when you give that gift, you feel that love, right? It's not something you can really describe too much, but it's there. They had that intention, and that's what this is about, whether you are attuned to Reiki or not. Today, when I made the recipes, when I crafted them and put them together, or when I put out my recipes, I was always thinking about, I hope this brings positivity and light to the people who come to the session tonight. I want this to feel nurturing and supportive, and that's all there is to it. It's not something long and complicated or difficult, and it's just setting a good vibe in your room, lighting a candle, playing some music, dimming the lights if you want. It's just taking your shoes off, doing something that just feels good. And your energy really translates into what you're making. We probably have known, I got to get to it. But we've seen the experiment where water changes, the molecule changes when you talk nice to it or when you don't, or the plants do or don't. And this is all about that. So this is just some quick facts about chamomile. It's been used for centuries, and it wasn't until this botanist, John Gerard, founded in the Colosseum, and he started to cultivate it. And throughout time, it's always been for luck, friendship, relaxation, and it looks like a daisy. You might see it at the farmer's market. It's a pretty beautiful flower, and it smells wonderful. And here's all the benefits of it for digestion, relaxation, antioxidants. It supports your sleep. We know, drink some chamomile tea. It'll make you feel more relaxed. Tonight I'm drinking this beverage I made with tart cherry juice, which is also good for sleep and things like that. So it mixes well with lots of things. I put some things there. I added mint to my drink, and it just is good. And you can use it, like I said, the plant you can find at the farmer's market. You can buy the dry buds here, or you can just get a tea bag and use a tea bag. So I'm going to show you 2 recipes tonight, which I love. One is wet, I'll call it like that. It's best to use it within a day or 2 that you make it. And the second one is another foot tea soak that you can use dry and kind of save it for later. Something fell down. I don't know what that was. You can save it for later or give it as a gift. We talked about that too. Maybe you know somebody who's going through a hard time and you want to make this for them, make extra for some for yourself and some for others. And that's really a beautiful thing to do. And so, wow. Okay. Some people wrote, yeah, the lentils, people brought soup to each other. And I just love that. Oh, that sounds good. Thai green curry, yum. Ginger's one of my favorites. I'm growing some, and actually it's working. I'm so excited. And it's really fun. I can't wait to pull it up and get it. But yeah, so these are the things that I'm going to show you how to infuse Reiki in. And like I said, it just sounds, believe me, I'm a skeptic. I'm like, what? You can send Reiki energy into a classroom, into food. Yeah, you can give it a shot. Like I said, I have a teacher, and before I go in the classroom, sometimes I clear the room with Reiki energy, and I don't know, maybe they would have been good anyway, but I just feel like it brings a positive light into the classroom. You can do Reiki on yourself when you're getting dental work done. There's just so many opportunities to do Reiki, and this is just one. So when you're doing this, you can get the actual bottles and stuff out. I've already put them into here to make it easy to mix, but I just hold my hands over it and I close my eyes and I take a deep breath and I just envision beautiful, powerful energy, nurturing energy coming through from my crown chakra and sending it through my hands into the food and all of the things that I'm blending today for the best good, highest good of all of us here, and this is actually going to be for myself and those I gift it to. And I just say, may this blend provide peace, comfort, and relaxation. And that's it. That's it. And as you're working, you're just infusing positive energy into this. You don't have to take notes. I did make a document of this, so you're going to get these 2 recipes that I'm about to show you with the intention setting prayer. The one on the left is the honey chamomile foot soak. And so it's not cheating because it's still the same stuff, right? Maybe some of you do go to herbal shops. There's a Smile Herb Shop in College Park. I think Whole Foods sometimes has these. You can mail away for it and get it. You can go pick it yourself at Dr. Duke's farm. I'm going to go there on Saturday, and that is up in Maple Lawn, if you know where that is. This man, he's not alive any longer, but he was a world-renowned botanist, and on his land there, he has brought back all these things from his travels, and he's grown all of these things. And you can go there Saturday. We're going to be infusing oils with different herbs, and they do an activity. Miss Sophie does an activity once a month, so I can give Stephanie the information. But yeah, that's a great Bible place. So today I just took some tea bags and I cut them up and poured the contents out. And that's how I got the 3 tea bags full of chamomile tea. And you can adjust this to be whatever ingredient amount you want. I'm then going to put 2 tablespoons of honey in. And I'm going to use this. Okay. And the olive oil, you can use any oil you like. I'm using olive oil because I had it. And then I'm going to use the Epsom salt. And it just makes a concoction like this. And as I'm stirring it, I'm just imagining this positive energy going in. And then you just get a basin full of hot water, and you can, if you don't have a foot tub, you can use, a bowl and that you don't use anymore and put it in with the warm water, and it will melt and be a really beautiful foot soak with the honey. That's a moisturizer. If you think it's going to be sticky, but it's actually moisturizer. And the Epsom salt, we all know that magnesium can really help us to feel better. So, and of course the chamomile as well. If you don't want to get messy, you can get these tea bags on Amazon, and you can put the ingredients in here so it's not so gross to clear out. The other one I made is, I've already made some of this. This is the second one, and you can see it's dry. I actually used a lavender chamomile combo. This organic one from Traditional Medicinals, and that gives it a beautiful fragrance. And I've also used the coconut milk, powdered coconut milk, which is hiding somewhere. And that is something that really makes a beautiful scent to the mixture. So I put that in the ingredient list as well. And this, if you haven't heard of colloidal oatmeal, you can just blend up your own oatmeal if you've got it at home, or just use it the way it is. But this is something you can buy at CVS, and it's just, you just open up a packet and pour out the right amount of it. So these are two really easy, simple ways that you can create something easy for yourself. And if you want, you can label it and put a cute gift tag on it to gift it to somebody that you care about. And then they can make it as well. And you just pour a scoop into whatever you're using. So I put that here, that it's a really nice thing to do. And here's the ginger I was talking about. But yeah, it's really wild when Miss Sophie pulls it up out of the ground. Well, we did witch hazel. We and over the winter she did witch hazel, and we took some of the tree to actually make stuff out of, like to boil it in the water. So yeah, there's all sorts. You can go from the easy cinnamon that we all know to something more like that. But it's just a matter of setting the intention and infusing it as you go. So yeah, this is a question that you don't have to answer now, but yeah, do you regularly incorporate natural ingredients into cooking or self-care routines? And if you don't, maybe give it a shot. Try something like this chamomile foot soak. I know we want to stick to the time, so I am going. I apologize for rushing through it. I usually do this like in an hour and a half, but anyway, so I want to do the Reiki that I'm going to send to you in a little bit. But before I do that, does anybody have any questions? Okay, so to get ready for this next part, I am going to go take the laptop into my spot. That's going to take about 2 minutes. But while I'm doing that, get yourself situated in a nice cozy spot where you can relax and not be interrupted. And you might want to have a glass of water with you. I'm going to say that you do not have to worry about anything. You do not have to worry if you're feeling it or you're not feeling it, or you're seeing colors or you're not. Our intention for this is to just relax and enjoy the session. I'm going to play some music. If it's too loud, turn it down, turn it off. You don't need to hear me. You don't need to see me. And I don't need to see you. So we are just going to get this Reiki. Even if you aren't here tonight, you all get, you will still feel the benefits of the Reiki energy. There's a Thursday Reiki group that you can give your name to people, and I have one as well. But I call it Reiki Thursday because I put my dad, who was going through an issue, he wasn't feeling great, and on Thursdays he's amazing. I'm like, I don't know, it's Reiki Thursday, maybe that's what's going on. And So my point is you don't have to be here. You don't have to, you just have to be open to it and say you're open to it in order to receive it. And by signing up for tonight and saying you want to be here or get the recording, you have already done that. So afterwards tomorrow, because I'm going to let you go after it's over and you don't have to come back unless Stephanie needs you. So just remember in the coming days to drink a lot of water, as you probably do, and just see how you feel and notice if your mood or if your feeling is a little bit better than it was before the Reiki. And sometimes it works like that, and sometimes it takes more sessions. But just remember, our main focus today is just for focus on the now, and so forth. So I am going to give you 2 minutes. I'm just going to turn off my screen for a minute while I run to my place to get ready. If you have any questions.
Nancy, I have a quick question. So is the just for today part to isolate what you're doing at the moment, or like why is it just for today?
That's just how he thought it best. And I believe when we focus on the moment, I think then we are able to feel better. It's with Reiki, it's all about feeling positive energy, feeling okay in the moment. I know for myself, when usually when I'm worrying, it's about something that's to come or something that's already happened. And it's all with meditation even. You're just really being present right now, usually. I'm okay in this moment. I'm not worrying about what's going to happen or what I'm going to encounter. And I think that really, it really flips the switch. Like I said, it really makes you feel okay right now. At least it does for me. And I believe that's why Usui had done that when he created um, this practice. I hope that answers your question. Okay. This is the part that is the trickiest, is making sure you all can hear the music, because I think it's better. So I'm going to ask you if you can hear the music. Okay. You're going to hear a bell every 3 minutes. Many people do Reiki in person. Like I said, I started during the pandemic, and so I didn't do Reiki in person really until maybe last year. And I still, when I do my sessions, it's all virtual, and people are like, well, does it work? And 100%. It's like when you hear music, a song, and how good does it make you feel? The majority of you have probably never seen those performers in person at a show live, but you hear that music and you feel amazing. Or Wi-Fi, we know it works, can't see it, but it's there. It's connecting us right now. And so sometimes you just have to understand, I don't know, like suspend disbelief or whatever, and know that it is working wherever you are. I know when I'm doing the mediumship or the Akashic records, I'm getting things that there's just no way, there's no way to explain it. So you just have to hope that you do. Not hope, what I'm trying to say. Know that it works that way. Okay, so when you hear the oh, you're bringing back my day. What do you see oh, here it is at the bottom. Like, where is the music? So you're going to hear a bell, and what that means is that's just for the Reiki practitioner, move their hands, if I'm being honest. But what it actually means for you, what I tell my clients is to use that bell as a reminder to focus on your breath, because you're human and your mind's going to start to wander and you're going to start to think about other things. And that's going to bring it back. So when you hear that bell, just say, am I focused on my breath? Am I focused on my breathing? Put your hand on your heart, feel your heartbeat, and just breathe. And it's okay if your mind wanders. Some people are still going about their business of the day and getting the Reiki energy. So it doesn't matter. You could get up and go to the bathroom, come back, whatever you need to do. And so I'm going to start the music, and you're going to see me actually doing not much at all, but that's how Reiki works. It's all with my intention and what I'm imagining happening with my eyes closed. So yeah, let's see, right? I'm going to, yeah, we have plenty of time. Okay, we have time. So I'll go to 7:30. Is that okay, Stephanie, or do you need me to finish a little bit early? Okay, so we'll go to 7:30 and yeah, see what you experience. And before I do send you off, though, I would like you to tell me if you hear the sound. That's critical. Let's see.
I hate regular bras. I hate wearing my old bras.
I hate wearing bras more than anything else. It's
All right. Sometimes, no, I'm going to stop sharing for a second because that was not what I had. Sorry, gang. Okay. No, I think we've got it. You hear it? Okay, good. All right. So go ahead and relax. Comfortable. Take a deep breath. Make the Reiki symbol spiritual teachers and those who have been relax close your eyes. can come back. You can come back. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your feet, wiggle your arms. Just come back to where you are now in the room, and you can keep your eyes closed if you're still relaxing. Stay comfortable. And I just want to thank you all for coming tonight. And I'm really happy to be here. And I hope you have a wonderful evening. And if you want to reach out, let me know.